Hey, happy day. Texas, it's kind of a big place. It continues to send illegals to New York, Washington, Martha's Vineyard, and to Vice President Harris's house even. That's kind of cool. A lot of stuff going on. The left says, hey, this is very, very bad. Texas folks, they're racist. They're bad people, and y'all should stop it immediately. But Texas is just doing what the left does or wants done. It's all about redistribution, right? That's what the left wants to do. And Texas is, they're redistributing people. What's so bad about that? I mean, you guys don't like what's going on, I guess, at your house, but you're fine with what's going on in my house. 4.5 million refugees, illegal people. I almost said refugees. That's a different term, isn't it? These are illegal people. And it's a bad thing. And I would say that what Texas is doing is bloody brilliant. Just saying. California, you got the governor there who's a wacko, totally. He's asked the Department of Justice to look into whether sending migrants to other parts of the country is like kidnapping, which is a federal crime, right? That's what he's about now. He's saying you're taking those buses to other people in other places. That's kidnapping. We're going to charge you. How do you kidnap someone who just broke the law? He broke into your country. You gave him a ride to another place, but now you've kidnapped him. They just keep on making stuff up, and I can't make stuff up with regards to what they're making up to add to it to make it look like what? It's craziness. I'm at a loss for words. I have to stutter when I read stuff like this. It's really going on. The left, you know what? They have no standards at all, other than, of course, double standards. They do a lot of that. It's okay for me, but it's not okay for you. I guess that could also be called rigid flexibility. I don't know. I mean, you can have an opinion as long as it's the same as mine. The left, they're dangerous people. They don't care about anything except themselves. And the stuff that they come up with. I mean, Ronald Reagan used to say it so well. I mean, the left, it isn't so, or what little they know isn't so, or something like that. And he had it anyway right on. You got the president of an LA teachers union that says now that if we bring kids back into class, that's structural racism. Again, how do you even go there? How do you even try to sort out what she meant? It just doesn't compute. If we bring kids back to school and stop doing it online, teaching them, it's structural racism. There are no words. I have some, but typically most people wouldn't have. And then you've got the vice president again. She says the Supreme Court is an activist court after the reversal of Roe and Wade, and they should be disbanded and all this kind of stuff. And you know, anyone that doesn't share her opinion, we're back to that left-wing thing. Of course, they're bad people. What I get a kick out of is that abortions are still legal. I mean, the Supreme Court didn't say they weren't. They just said they weren't federally. And every state in America has their own set of rules and laws. You can still get an abortion. I mean, why are they twisted like this? You know, they're twisted right out of shape, the left, all because of this Supreme Court. The court's the court. They create laws. That's what they do. You can't always like their laws. There's always somebody who's going to say that's not proper. And she's doing that. But she extends it or expands it into say that I don't agree with it, so you guys shouldn't be allowed to do this. Really? Good bloody grief. Then you got in Canada, you got the Canadian Chief Medical Officer of Health. Miss? I don't know. She doesn't want anybody called with Mr., Miss. I don't know what to call her or it. Who knows? Her name is Tam in any event. She says language is bad in Canada. We got to fix it and say, here's what she's done in a book that she's given to all of the staff, right? Language has the capacity to create connections and the potential to create barriers. Okay, we get that. If you swear at somebody or if you smile at somebody, there's differences. We kind of already know that, but she goes on to say, public servants must say, vulnerable populations at risk, and targeted groups instead of, rather, they should be called, these people should be called key populations and priority. This chokes me up. Priority populations, because it makes no sense. I mean, you really wasted time and money creating something like this. And equity seating groups. And people should not say women, men, guys, ladies, and gentlemen. These terms should now be replaced with one word only. That's people. So we're all people. She's peopleizing us, this girl. People should use words that encompass many genders rather than just two, because there are many, she says. She's a doctor, by the way. And she says that there's many genders. Do you think? And she said, you can't use gendered titles. anymore, like Mr., Mrs., stuff like that. You can no longer do that, right? Health Canada said gender titles might lead to people assuming gender. So if you call yourself Mr. Brown, people might assume that you're a man. And that's bad, she says. I think she's nuts. The term homosexual should be scrapped totally. Homosexuals now must be referred to as this. Get this. Are you with me? Get a pencil. I mean, and a big piece of paper. They have to be called. So if you meet somebody, you don't say, are you homosexual? You say, are you 2SLGBTQIA+. Who does that? Who comes up with this stuff? And public servants must not say refuse treatment. Refuse treatment could be changed, must be changed to decline treatment. You have to use words that build on people's strengths and respect the person's right to make their own decisions. That's what she says at the end of the book. But you just told everyone they don't have the right, that they have to do what you said. At the end, you say, we will respect you. That's a left-wing person. I mean, wow. That ain't right. Hey, see ya.